it's me. Just did my hair, so I thought I'd make a video. Isn't that a coincidence? Oh, yeah. One of my, the ends of my nail varnish, I bent a nail, and because there's so many layers of nail varnish, the nail didn't break, but the nail varnish layers broke, and so I fixed it by putting a little piece of, a little glob of nail varnish on my nail. It was my thumbnail. Sticking the piece of polish, the layers, I don't know, 15 layers of polish back on, and then put a couple of coats of nail varnish, and it was all fixed. Because this was yesterday and I didn't have time because it was just before I was going out. Because I went to I'm playing with my hair. What do I always play with my hair when I'm talking about, or I'm about to talk about, you know what. Anyway, so I went to the breast cancer support group, or the cancer support group yesterday, and this is the second time I've been. And I didn't have time to do my nails, but yeah, we went there yesterday, and Wade went with me. Because of course I can't drive because of me eyeball, and of course I don't have an American driver's license. Why would I need one? I only live here. Yeah, so we went there yesterday, and it was good. It was interesting. It's, you know, hearing the different perspectives and stuff like that, and how people cope, and it's all women, and how we're coping. And so Wade's the only guy there. Poor sod. Yeah, so that was good. And so dinner was really late because we had dinner afterwards, and I'd made it 2 dinners, one for Holly and one for the boys, and so they ate really late. And then on Tuesday I went with Billy to an appointment because he was getting his eyes tested, because he needed it, to get his eyes tested, and they dilated his eyes. Anyway, so we were there, and they were asking him questions before his appointment because he hadn't been there for a check for a while. And so he was being asked questions. Why am I playing with my nails while I'm doing this? I could do that anytime. So they were asking him questions about this and that because he hasn't been there for a couple of years. And they said, so do you have a family history of cataracts? And he looks at me and he's like, and so the next question is, so do you have a family history of cancer? Looks at me again. I thought, great, thank you. What else are they going to ask? Because I was thinking, I felt really bad because none of the other questions were relevant to us, really, because it was only really a couple of those. The other one was glaucoma and something else. And so I thought, well, great. It's not like we can share the bad gene pool. It's the children took a plunge in mine, and they're swimming about in it. Because they've got, like, well, actually their dad and I both have, used to, as teenagers, had acne, but the short-sightedness they get from me, the tinnitus they get from me, the hair colour, thickness, the coarse hair they get from me, what else? They also get the hairy chest from me. No, I don't have one anymore. Not a chest, I mean a hairy chest. Well, yeah, but yeah, those poor sods. Yeah, so I felt really awkward for Billy and embarrassed because everything was like, the bad stuff was all, oh, it's her. Yeah, so he needs new glasses. And this place has such a small selection. He had a choice of maybe 10. One time when I had my eyes tested, I went to 5 different shops and I never found a pair that I liked, and I ended up buying some frames from Amazon, and I never did fill the prescription because I wanted a pair that looked like these. The ones I've been wearing in the last few videos, I hate those. And I actually picked some out when I went for my last eye test, when they told me I had cataract. And yeah, so they've given me the information. But yesterday at the meeting, one lady said her husband had had his cataract surgery, and they had to pay $5,000 or close to $5,000. I just don't understand why the insurance doesn't pay for this. And he has no glasses anymore, no prescription anymore. But I'm going to, because we're only paying $3,000 so that I can still see close up without my glasses. I'll just remain short-sighted. And as a result, I will still require. I'm picking my nails. As a result, I will still need glasses, and I'm hoping that I don't need glasses to do my pluck my eyebrows and stuff. But yeah, so I just think that's ridiculous. But she said her husband's eyesight is perfect now. He doesn't need glasses. He's great. He doesn't need them for reading or anything. But yeah, on Saturday we went out to dinner for my birthday because I wanted to wait until I was done with the fills. So we went out on Saturday, and it was really nice. And I actually had a dessert for once, and I even had a starter for a change, and it was really good. And then for the main meal I chose, and this is ridiculous because we buy a big salmon fillet, whatever they're called, from the grocery store, and it usually costs us about $14. This plate of salmon, because Oliver and I both had the same thing, this plate of salmon was $25, and the salmon piece was this big, that big, and it came with spinach and risotto. And normally I don't eat any carbs, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to eat the risotto, because I used to make risotto and I like it a lot, and Oliver likes it. So I haven't made it for ages, like 3 years. And so I thought, I'll eat the risotto. It wasn't as good as mine, let's face it, it wasn't, says she. And but I ate it, and I ate the spinach, and I don't like boiled spinach, but I ate it. I thought, well, why not? Let's eat something healthy. And I left all the salmon because I'd had calamari to start off with, a few, because we all shared a few starters. Had some of those, and I had one prawn, that I actually shared one prawn with Wade because the starter only had 4 of them and there's 5 of us. Come on. And so after that started a few of those things and a few of the calamari and half a prawn, I thought, oh, I had the rice, and that was really filling because for me, since I'm not used to it, it really filled me up. And so I didn't eat even a single bite of the salmon, and they said, well, we'll put it in a little thingy for you to take home. And then we had dessert, and we wanted profiteroles, but they'd run out because it was already close to 9. And so we had to have other stuff. We didn't have to have anything, but we chose to have other stuff. And Oliver was going to have creme brulee, and I was going to have profiteroles, and we were going to share because we were sitting next to each other. And Holly had really wanted profiteroles, and did they have them? No. So he talked me into having this thing, and I thought it was a chocolate cake because, you know, I'm obsessed with chocolate. And it was chocolate ice cream, and I'm not obsessed with ice cream. I don't like ice cream. Yeah, I know, shocking. I don't like ice cream. And so he had that, and then he had most of the creme brulee, and then he says, oh, do you want some? Leaving me the little dregs at the bottom. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks, son. Happy birthday to me, huh? But anyway, it was good. So we got home, and I said, who picked up the salmon? And everybody's like, no. So basically, we paid $25 for me to have a smidgen of spinach and a dollop of risotto. That was my main meal, and we left the salmon. And I thought, this is ridiculous, because the salmon we get, I know we're pigs. When we have salmon, we'll have like a massive piece each. Oliver never eats salmon at home, but yet he had salmon at the restaurant. He ate most of it, and he never has it at home. And my salmon, I'll tell you what, is much nicer because I don't cook it. I cook it kind of rare, not like totally raw, but it's kind of, you know, pink in the middle. Orangey, whatever colour the inside of the salmon is, you know, like orangey pink, whatever. But yeah, anyway, so that was that. So then after we got back, everybody has gone upstairs and getting ready and having showers and going to bed and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, Dr. Felady said to me and she's going to talk about her boobs, so she's touching her hair. She says, talking about herself in the third person. So Dr. Felady had said, you can sleep on your sides now because you the stitching, because these things are sewn onto my ribs on this side, I think, and a little bit on this side, and also onto my chest wall. So he says you can start sleeping on the side because the stitches are going to last 10 to 12 weeks and they're dissolvable. We're at week 9 now, but he told me this last week. And he says, so you can start sleeping on your side. It's really hard on this side because this one, as I showed you last week, really juts out. And because that'll help form the pocket better and all that kind of stuff. So on Saturday, after we got back, I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to try and move it. And so I went like this, and I tried to get them to touch in the middle because there's this big, huge gap. So I thought, I'm going to move them and try and get them to touch in the middle. I got this close, and they wouldn't touch. And so a couple of hours later, I'm lying in bed, and I suddenly started to get this really bad pain in my right breast. And I thought, what's going on? And it was underneath because the first few times I had fills, it really hurt under the ribs, around the rib cage. So I thought, what's going on? And so that night, it was like I was at about the 3rd or 4th week post-op. Well, actually, it was probably like I was about the 1st week post-op with the pain on this side, or like the pains after a fill. And I thought, what's going on? And what I think I've done is actually detached it at the bottom from my ribs, because it's kind of gone down progressively over the week. And I've not been wearing a bra at all throughout this whole process. We're almost at week 9. It's week 9. It's 9 weeks tomorrow, and I'm wearing one of these. It's front opening that I bought support for post bilateral mastectomy. So I started wearing this yesterday, and I've got like 3 or 4 that I bought. So last night I put it on, and I slept in it. And so I phoned up today, and they said take pictures and send them in. He was in surgery, and they said send it in. We're going to talk to him now. And I said, no, don't interrupt him in the middle of a surgery. I just want to know, because this morning I woke up, and this right breast is completely swelling up with a seroma, which is the liquid that formed on here and on my hip. And so I sent pictures. I thought, I'm sending pictures to Donna, his assistant, of my breasts. Holly took pictures, and so I sent them, texted them, and you can tell in the pictures, and I'm not going to flash pictures of it, but you can tell in the pictures that this side is much, much bigger now than this side, because of all the swelling that's forming in the middle. They still don't touch though, and also underneath a little bit. It looks like this one's really drooping because of the swelling, but he did such a good job of having a separation in the middle, so that I don't get a uniboob. And I'm kind of worried that it's going to ruin it. This dress is one of the dresses I got the other day, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever. Very cheap dresses, and I did mention that they were very cheap. Look what's happened already. And this is one of the better ones. Where is it? This row, missing the stitches already. Yeah, so I was very, very pissed off at myself for doing this, because I thought he's done all this hard work, you know, making these pockets. He's going to have to go in and rebuild. He was going to have to do some anyway, but he's going to have to go in and rebuild and do this, and I don't know. I was really pissed off with myself. So they said, I have an appointment next Wednesday, so they said come in and next Wednesday, as long as you don't have a fever, as long as it's not hot and you don't have an infection, we'll see what it's like next week. If you have any problems, get back in touch, call us, or go to an ER if you have a fever, to the local ER at Stafford, because that's where I had the surgery. Anyway, I took up a hobby because I thought I need something that I can do that I can see close when I have my eyes done, and it's called paracord knotting or something. I don't know what it's called. So the first thing I ever made was this. Look at that. Oh, isn't that impressive? It's a breast cancer bracelet, and I made it with this little pink thingy, and it's a bracelet. I think you can see it. And then I liked it so much that I made another one, because Holly said that the first one had a white ribbon on it, even though it's a pink, and this is what the tutorial showed. So I made one with a light pink and a pink ribbon and a light pink strap. I also made one for Wade, which is a brown football. Well, it's brown, and then there's the ties, you know, like an American football, with this, what are they called? The little bits of string that tie a ball up. But yeah, it's he's not here, so I can't show you. But I made that, and then today I made my first work key, something that people can take to work. It's a lanyard, and it's got a little hangy thing, and then that's the design on it. And then it's got these things that pop open, and then you clip it back on. They're really stiff to put back on. But yeah, and then you can hang keys, or if you get a different thing for the bottom, you can have things that you can, or you can actually hang your ID from it. There. And today I got my supplies, and I've got used shells from, I guess, guns or something. And I'm going to get some 8 and 10 gauge wire and make like cuffs as well. So that's very exciting. So I thought, because I'm not going to be able to see far, I thought I'm going to do a hobby. And this is what it looks like to begin with. I've got all sorts of different colours, but this is one I got yesterday. And, I've got some more paracord downstairs. Well, my camera ran out of the SD card ran out of space, so I couldn't finish what I was saying, and I was almost done anyway. I saw something flashing, and I thought that must be trying to tell me something. Ow! I just need the table. So that must be trying to tell me something, but I ignored it. So anyway, where were we? I was just finishing off with saying that I've got lots of supplies. I'm going to be making some stuff. I'm going to be making some bracelets for my buddies and lanyards. And years ago, actually, Holly made me this, which is a Celtic cross. I mean, Celtic heart. But I've also found, don't know if you can see it, I've also found a Minions one that you can make. So I'm going to do that because I've got yellows. Oh, and look, I've got blue, even in this bag alone, here. Can you see it? I don't know. I've got so many pretty colours. This is like the pink hammer, so I thought I might actually make some breast cancer bracelets with this, and then put a white, because I don't mind having a white ribbon on it, and I actually quite prefer this one. This is my favourite one, actually. This one's 7 and a half, I think, 7.5 inches, and the other one I have is 7 inches. And it fits more like a watch, and I don't know, well, I mean, I know some people wear watches, but with phones, it's hard to do one with one hand, but with phones, who really does need a watch? Ow! You know what, when I do that, and I press against my breast, the right one, it kind of like bubbles or something, and it feels very, very odd. I can't put this on, because I can't do it with one hand. Let me try again. Anyway, yes, so the breast, when I lean on it, bubbles. So it's made it working out very interesting, because I told you last week that I was using the 10-pound weights. There, I've got it on. See, this one's bigger, so it fits further up my arm. I'm not going to have enough arm for all these things. Yeah, so I started with the heavier weights, and I'm doing them on the floor rather than on the bed, because the bed gives a lot. So when you're doing, like, lying on your back and doing the ones where you're lifting like that, and the ones where you're lifting like this, God, you saw my boob poke out, almost fall out the window out there. It's much harder to do it on the floor, because the bed, like, gives, so you're not doing quite the extent of the movement. And because of the fact that I was recovering, I was trying to give myself a little bit of leeway. But then last Monday I thought, to hell with it. Not this Monday just gone, but the one before. To hell with it. I'm going to start doing weights again. And not just that, I'm going to do well, I was already doing weights, but I'm going to do the heavier weights that I was doing back in October, because my shoulder had got so bad that I had to stop lifting weights, and was using the originally no weights, and then I went on to the 1 pound, then I went to 3. Blah, blah, yakety smackety, enough. So, I'm going to be making some bracelets and stuff like that, and stuff for my buddies, and maybe I'll have so many that I might even set up an Etsy store. I used to have an Etsy store before when I was doing embroidery. Oh God, wearing this support makes me so itchy because it's all this like liquid is sloshing in the middle. Alright, so thanks for watching. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. There's not really been any updates. Next week we've got lots of appointments to go to. Holly's having her wisdom teeth out next Friday. Oh, this is a funny story before I go. I phoned up last week and I said, can I have an appointment on Friday? Can I have an appointment, make an appointment for my daughter to have her wisdom teeth out? She's got a referral, blah, 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 because you have to get a referral here. Can she have her wisdom teeth out? This was about 9:30, and they said, can she come in today at 3? I said, what, for a consultation? They said, no, to have them out. I said, what? She doesn't have to be seen by this guy because she's never even been there. And they said, no. If she's got a referral from her dentist, which she did have, and if she's in good shape and if she's fit. And I thought, well, wait. Don't you have to have like a pre-op, you know, because she's got to be put to sleep. So anyway, after that, I made it for next week. And she's got to see the doctor I made sure of this because I thought, well, I want to make, for my peace of mind, I want her to have like a pre-op check. So they're going to do that the day before. Anyway, so I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching, and thumbs up or share or whatever the video, and if you want a bracelet, let me know and I'll make you one. Why not? Thanks, bye!